Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Narayanam Namaskritya, Naram Chaiva Narottamam, Devim Saraswati Vyasam, Tato Jayamudiravet. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, Bhagavatyuttama Shloke, Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Harihi Om Tatsat. So let's see the breakup of this particular seventh canto, ninth chapter. The breakup is like this: that if the topic is Prahlada pacifies Lord Narsimhadeva with prayers. So now they wanted someone to calm down Narsimhadeva, the angry Narsimhadeva. After the work is done, now they want the Lord to calm down. And so Prahlada has been chosen to do the job, and how he does it. So that is explained in this chapter. And from first to seventh verse, we saw the demigods are requesting Prahlada to appease the angry Lord. And 8th verse to 50th verse, it is prayers of Prahlad Maharaja. In 51st verse to 55th verse, Lord Narsimha's reply to Prahlada's prayers. So now we are going to go through the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj in the 31st verse. So Canto 7, Chapter 9, Text 31, Srimad Bhagavatam verse we are reading now. Tvam va idam sadasad isha bhavam statonyo maya yadatma parabuddhiriyam yapartha yadyasya janmanidhanam sitirikshanam cha tadvai tadeva vasukalalavad astitarvo. Now, the translation of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9, Text 31 by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, the entire cosmic creation is caused by you, and the cosmic manifestation is an effect of your energy. Although the entire cosmos is but you alone, you keep yourself aloof from it. The conception of mine and yours is certainly a type of illusion or maya, because everything is an emanation from you and is therefore not different from you. Indeed, the cosmic manifestation is not different from you, and the annihilation is also caused by you. This relationship between your lordship and the cosmos is illustrated by the example of the seed and the tree, or the subtle cause and the gross manifestation. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, text 10, the Lord says, Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam Vidhi Partha Sanatanam, means, O son of Pritha, know that I am the original seed of all existences. In the Vedic literature, it is said, Ishavasim idam sarvam yato va imani bhutani jayante and sarvam cloud idam brahma. All this Vedic information indicates that there is only one God and there's nothing else but Him. The Mayavadi philosophers explain this in their own way, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead asserts the truth that He is everything and yet is separate from everything. This is the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is called Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. Everything is one and Supreme Lord, everything is one, the Supreme Lord, yet everything is separate from the Lord. This is the understanding of oneness and difference. The example given in this regard, Vasukalavat Asti Tarvovo, means is very easy to understand. Everything exists in time, yet there are different phases of time factor: present, past, and future. Present, past, and future are one. Every day we can experience the time factor as morning, noon, and evening. And although morning is different from noon, which is different from evening, all of them taken together are one. The time factor is the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but the Lord is separate from time factor. Everything is created, maintained, and annihilated by time. But the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, has no beginning and no end. He is Nitya Shashwata, eternal, permanent. Everything passes through time's phases of present, past, and future. Yet the Lord is always the same. Thus, there is undoubtedly a difference between Lord and the cosmic manifestation. But actually, they are not different. Accepting them to be different is called avidya, ignorance. True oneness, however, is not equivalent to the conception of Mayavadis. The true understanding is that the differences are manifested by the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The seed is manifested as a tree which displays varieties in its trunk, branches, leaves, flowers, fruits. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura has therefore sung Keshava Tuya Jagata Vichitra, means, my dear Lord, your creation is full of varieties. The varieties are one and at the same time different. This is the philosophy of Achintya Beda Abeda Tattva. The conclusion given in Brahma Samhita is this: Ishwaraha Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna, known as Govinda, is a supreme controller. He is an eternal, blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, for he is the prime cause of all causes. Because the Lord is the supreme cause, everything is one with him. But when we consider varieties, we find that one thing is different from other. We may conclude, therefore, that there is no difference between one thing and another. Yet, in varieties, there are differences. In this regard, Madhvacharya gives an example concerning a tree and a tree in fire. Both the trees are the same, but they look different because of the time factor. The time factor is under the control of Supreme Lord, and therefore, Supreme Lord is different from time. An advanced devotee consequently does not distinguish between happiness and distress. As stated in Srimad Bhagvatam 10.14.8, Tattenu kampam sushirmikshamano bunjana evatma kritam vipakam, means when a devotee is in a condition of so-called distress, he considers it a gift or a blessing from Supreme Personality of Godhead. When a devotee is always thus situated in Krishna consciousness in any condition of life, he is described as Mukti Padesa Daya Bhag, means a perfect candidate for returning home back to Godhead. The word Daya Bhag means inheritance. A son inherits the property of his father. Similarly, when a devotee is fully Krishna conscious, undisturbed by dualities, he is sure that he will return home back to Godhead, just as one inherits his father's property. Now, this is the purport of Srila Prabhupada, and it is having a lot of content in this. This actually reminds me of Chatushloki Bhagavatam. In Chatushloki Bhagavatam, we are seeing, which is coming in the second canto, I think it's the ninth chapter. I think it's the verse some 33, 34, 35, 36, or something like that. But it's in the 30s, the verses are in 30s, four verses are there. In that first two verses describe the Sambandha with the Lord. And the middle verse talks about the Prayojana. And the last verse talks about the Abhideya. Now, what is this Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana? Sambandha means anything. Now, suppose these three things are there involved in everything. Suppose if you are attending a class, you will think, how is this class going to benefit me? What do I have to do with this class? Do I really need it or not? That is our relationship with the class. That is called Sambandha. And Abhideya means, Prayojana means what I will get out of this class. That is the end result. And what is Abhidaya? Abhidaya is what I should do to get that end result. Using this class, what I should do to get that end result. Now, so then when we know that this class is going to help me to become a better, more matured person who can be more happier if we understand and follow the class. If this is our understanding, then we will attend the class. And when we attend the class, if we think that by attending the class, I am going to happy, if I understand and follow it, then we will try to be very attentive and we will submissively, humbly try to hear as much as we can understand. And what we don't understand, we ask as a questions humbly. And then, when we understand everything clearly, we try to recollect and we try to apply it in our lives so that we get the prayojana or the benefit. So, now in Chatushloki Bhagavatam, which is mentioned in second canto, first two verses speak about the sambandha with the Lord, and the fourth verse talks about the abhideya, the process, to attain the Lord. And the middle verse, that is the third verse, talks about the end result, the Krishna Prema. Now, the question comes in, how is that related to this? Because here we see the same similar points are covered here in this purport. If you see the translation, this purport is giving a very nice explanation about the translation, and the translation is filled with so much of philosophy spoken by 5-year-old Prahalad. And what did he speak? He said in the translation, my dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of God, the entire cosmic creation is caused by you, and the cosmic manifestation is an effect of your energy. Although the entire cosmos is but you alone, you keep yourself aloof from it. So these are the points that are coming in Chatushloki Bhagavatam. In the first verse, first and second verse, we see how actually Krishna is. He says in the first verse of Chatushloki Bhagavatam that before all this creation, I was there. And during the creation, I am there. And when everything is finished, then I am only there. Means, and in that, if you try to expand, means the first verse says that before the creation, I was there. During the creation, I am there in the creation. And after the creation is destroyed, then I am only there, left. I am there, like that. Which means that during the creation, they create Rudra, they create Brahma, they create Devatas, and they let all of us jivas to come and to do our roles in the creation, material creation. And then during the annihilation, during the destruction time, then everybody gets into the belly of Lord Vishnu. So then who remains finally? The Rudra, the Brahma that are created, all Devatas, all the souls, they go into the belly of Lord Vishnu. So then who remains is only Lord Vishnu remains. And before the creation, who is there is Lord Vishnu is there. After the dissolution, who is there is Lord Vishnu is there. But during the creation, he is there means how? Because through his external energy, he has got his Antaranga Shakti and Bahiranga Shakti, means his internal energy and external energy. With the external energy, the whole material universe is created. When the whole material universe is created with the external energy, he enters into it. First of all, Lord Vishnu is called as Karanodakashaya Vishnu or Mahavishnu. First of all, he is sleeping in his Karana ocean. When he is sleeping, when he is breathing out, all the creation comes out. When he is breathing in, all that is created goes inside. So during his one breath, the entire creation is done, and Brahma is born during the breath, and Brahma gets his 100 years lifespan during that one breath of Vishnu, Mahavishnu. And at the end of the inhalation of Lord Vishnu, all the entire thing goes into Vishnu. So then when he breathes out, he breathes out whatever is required for material universe, and into that, so how many things come out of his body is as many hairs are there on his body. From every hair, one brahmandas come out actually. One, from every hair pore means so many universes are created, and into each of the universe, Mahavishnu enters. Okay, Mahavishnu becomes as many as there are Brahmandas, there are universes. How many universes have come out from his hair pores? That many copies he becomes, and into every universe he enters. And when he enters, we can understand that he's inside the universe, yet he's outside the universe as Mahavishnu. So, as Mahavishnu is outside, and as Garbhodaksha Vishnu, he has entered. The Vishnu that enters is called Garbhodaksha Vishnu. But now, what Garbhodaksha Vishnu does, he is again sleeping, in his perspiration, and that perspiration is called Garbha Ocean. In Garbha Ocean, Garbhodaksha Vishnu is sleeping, and from his navel, one lotus is born, and in that lotus, Brahma is born. And to that Brahma, this Garbhodakshaya Vishnu gives all education, how to create. And already Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is entered a universe which is full of raw materials. And he has also created Brahma. Now, Brahma's business is to recreate from whatever is already provided by Lord Mahavishnu. So Mahavishnu has already provided, and he has entered inside as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. And Garbhodakshaya Vishnu has given guidance to Brahma to recreate from whatever is already created and whatever is already sponsored by Mahavishnu. Now, Brahma does the secondary creation job. And once he does the secondary creation, then all the souls that have been sent by Mahavishnu, for them, Brahma arranges body, senses, everything. And then this Garbhodakashaya Vishnu again multiplies into how many cells are there. Now, in my body, there are millions of cells, crores of millions of cells. So that many Garbhodakashaya Vishnu copies will enter into every cell of mine. And so, like that, in every cell, even if it is a water drop, in that also there are tiny atoms, small cells or whatever. Into every atom, not into every cell, into every atom in my body, and into every atom in the water, air, everything, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's copy will enter, and that copy of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, which enters into every atom, is called as Kshirodakashaya Vishnu. Now, since the Lord is entering into each and every cell or each and every atom, we say here that, see, that all the entire cosmos is but you alone, you keep yourself aloof from it. Means here, the entire creation is caused by you, and cosmic manifestation is an effect of your energy. Now, what is this actually? The entire cosmic creation is caused by you, because from Mahavishnu only everything has come from his hair pores, everything. So it's caused by Mahavishnu. And the cosmic manifestation is an effect of your energy. And then whatever is materials are there, that is nothing but the material modes of nature, that is coming from Lord's external energy. That is also come inside the universe. Inside the universe, the Lord sends karma, the Lord sends kala. Kala means time. Kala, karma, and the jivas, the Lord sends. Okay. And then with the time, and then the three modes of nature, material energy also, the Lord sends. And this material energy, actually, the Lord actually focuses. Once these things come out, Lord looks at it. When the Lord looks, is itself considered as Rudra, actually. So the drishti of the Lord is considered as Rudra. So when the Lord Vishnu looking at whatever came from his hair pores, that is like Rudra going and touching the whatever came, the materials that came out of his body is touching, so that is the material energy. It gets impregnated because of the looks of Vishnu. The material energy gets impregnated, and the look is considered as Rudra, because Lord directly does not associate with material nature. He is allowing his the Shiva aspect, the Rudra aspect, to go and touch the material energy. Material energy is considered Durga Devi. So Shiva goes and touches and Durga Devi gets impregnated with whatever the Lord Vishnu has sent, this is all considered as Lord's energy. That's why, my dear Lord, O Supreme Person of God, the entire cosmic creation is caused by you. Means it's caused because by the drishti, by the sight of the Lord, everything is created. Then also the material nature, it will send all three modes of nature, Satoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, into this particular, it's like a small bubble, like a small seed actually. Whatever comes out of hair pores, it's like a small seed with all these things, whatever I told you, like Kala, Karma, Jiva, everything is there. And material nature also is there. And Rudra is touching this particular thing like a small seed, it's touching. And then with the time, these material modes start working. With the time, as time advances, the material modes start working. And so that's all. And time is under the control of Krishna. Time is Krishna's energy. And time is actually the cause for the what are changes that are happening in this material universe. So that's what is told here. The cosmic manifestation is an effect of your energy. So effect of your energy means it's an effect of time. Time is energy. That's what in the purport we read, that time is the energy. Then although the entire cosmos is but you alone, now everything came from Vishnu's body, means it is Vishnu only. Like water comes from sun is the sunlight. Sunlight is considered as sun only. But if you see that light, you cannot see the ray of light, you cannot call this is the entire sun. You cannot say. But that is also sun. That's what is called as Achintya Beda Abeda Tattva. Means it is same yet different. Now sunlight is same as sun, yet it is not equal to sun. Like that, here, although the entire cosmos is but you alone, means because it's all Krishna's energy or Vishnu's energy. So it is Vishnu in one sense because it's energy of Vishnu. But you keep yourself aloof from it, but he is aloof. Why we say aloof? Because as Mahavishnu is sleeping outside, water came out of his hair pores, that is there in Mahatattva. It's called as a small portion of the spiritual sky is called Mahatattva, and that is where all these things that have come out of Vishnu's body have gone as different small seeds, and they enlarge and they become universes actually, So the Lord, though everything came from his own body, he is still peacefully sleeping in the Karana ocean. He is sleeping, but he's sending his copy inside all these tiny bubbles, and that copies are called Garbhodaksha Vishnu. The conception of mine and yours is certainly a type of illusion because everything is an emanation from you. Now, when we know the whole universe in which we are there, in the universe, there are 14 planetary systems, seven types of heavens and seven types of hells are there. And in that universe, we have our earth also. And in the earth, we have our country also. In our country, we have our district also. In our district, we have our place also. In our place, we have our home also. In our home, we are also there as one tiny, insignificant person. Now, and we are thinking everything is mine. This whole property is mine. This is all my father given property. This is my wife given property or husband given property. What is this? This is all coming from Mahavishnu actually. Everything, whatever. And then when we leave the body, if it is our property, we are not taking it and going. When we are not taking it and going, when we didn't bring it when we are born with us, then how we can say it is ours? It is not ours. It's in actuality Vishnu's. Vishnu has brought it out through his every hair pores, everything has come. This all property has come through Vishnu's body. And if we are thinking it is mine, and if you're fighting for it, and if you're getting heartbroken for a little bit of property that was taken away by a brother or sister or someone, we can just fight as a matter of right, as a matter of duty. But we should not take it to heart. If you're taking it to heart and thinking, oh, mine, he took away, oh, mine, he took away, if you're thinking that way, then we are in illusion. That's what is this sentence saying. See? Is certainly the conception of mine and yours is certainly a type of illusion or maya, because everything is an emanation from you and is therefore not different from you. Indeed, the cosmic manifestation is not different from you. Why cosmic manifestation is not different from Vishnu? Because it all came from Vishnu's hair pores. And it will all go back to Vishnu's hair pores. When he breathes in, it will all go back to his body. Then what? It's all coming from him. It's his. It is, in one sense, if it is his energy, it is he only. Now, can we say that your energy is not you? But if we say your energy alone is you, then it will be not correct. But if you say that energy is also you, your talent is also you, your ability is also you, okay, it's not fully wrong, not fully correct. That is what they're telling, that because everything is an emanation from you and therefore non-different from you. So because it's coming from Vishnu, it is actually Vishnu's external energy. So it is Vishnu only in one sense, like that. Indeed, it's like saying if there is a company called Infosys and if there is a person who has opened a company called Infosys, then the Infosys and the Infosys owner, if we say it is same, Infosys is, oh, Infosys, oh, that is our so and so owner. If we say, it's okay because it is his company, something like that. So the creation is coming from Krishna's external energy or Vishnu's external energy. And so it is considered as Vishnu, and which is also okay, correct. Indeed, the cosmic manifestation is not different from you, and the annihilation is also caused by you. And who is destroying it? That's also Vishnu. This relationship between your lordship and the cosmos is illustrated by example of seed and the tree, the subtle cause and the gross manifestation. Subtle cause is the seed, because of the seed, grossly we get a tree, like that. So inside the seed, the potency to be the tree with branches and many more seeds is there. So like that, so from the Lord, the seed comes and the entire manifestation opens up in front of us. So seed also came from the tree only. So seed is a part of the tree only. Same way, this entire thing, it's coming from the Lord's body, so it is in one sense Lord only. But if you say that way, but it's going separately from the Lord and it's manifesting nicely and it's getting destroyed, then it is going back into the Lord. So since it separates, we can say, okay, it is a separated energy. Material energy can be called as separated external energy or whatever, separated unit, whatever. Means it is he in one sense and it is not he in one sense. So it is achintya bheda abheda tattva. Means it looks like same and it's yet different, like that. Something like that. So now understanding this much, because it's a complicated thing, understanding this much understanding, now let us try to read the purport once again, and that itself will be the explanation. So if I missed any point, now I will try to stress. And please forgive me, I am explaining to the best of my understanding of whatever I learned from Gaurang Darshan Prabhu in our Bhakti Vaibhava course, to the extent that I understood and to the extent I remember. So I am trying to explain to you. So we will again refer the purport and we will try to match with the explanations. And if need be, then I will explain a little more. So purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. So the Bhagavad Gita 7.10, the Lord says, Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutanam Vidhi Partha Sanatanam. Means, O son of Pritha, know that I am the original seed of all existences. See, original seed of all existence means everything is coming from Mahavishnu. I told you, from Lord Vishnu's hair pores, all these things are going into the Mahatattva. All these things in the form of a small seed, they are going into the, like a small seed into the Mahatattva. Mahatattva is nothing but the spiritual sky's one portion. One portion of the spiritual sky is called Mahatattva, where all these things from Lord Vishnu's hair pores are going. Then what happens next? So then, O son of Pritha, know that I am the original seed of all existences. Yes, because everything is coming from Vishnu. He's saying, I am this original seed of all existences. Like its seed is the origin of the tree, like that. So for whatever manifestation is happening, Krishna is the cause. So for Mahavishnu also, Krishna is the cause. That is why it is told that Krishna says, I am the original seed of Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu is the seed for all the manifestations, material manifestations. So for all the material manifestations, Krishna is the seed. In Vedic literature, it is said, Isha Vasi Vidam Sarvam Yato Va Imani Bhutani Jayante and Sarva Klavidam Brahma. All this Vedic information indicates that there's only one God and that there is nothing else but Him. So that's what, it's from Krishna comes Mahavishnu. From Mahavishnu comes the creation. Into the creation, Mahavishnu's copy goes inside. That's called Garbhodakshay Vishnu. From Garbhodakshay Vishnu, many copies come and they enter into every atom. They are called as Kshirodakshay Vishnu. So everything is coming from one God, that is from Krishna. Okay. Mayavadi philosophers explain this in their own way, but the Supreme Personality of God asserts the truth that He is everything and yet He is separate from everything. Why He is everything, we already seen. Because Krishna's energy, we are seeing it as Krishna in one sense. But since it is separated from Krishna, so we see Krishna outside the creation. That's why we say it is separate also. Then this is the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is called Achintya Bheda Abheda Tattva. Everything is one, the Supreme Lord, yet everything is separate from the Lord. So we saw how everything is coming from Mahavishnu, but Mahavishnu is staying separately outside. Though his copy is going inside, he is staying outside. So he's separate from the creation. So in that sense, he is separate also. This is the understanding of oneness and difference. So this is very difficult to understand. If we don't understand, we just have to understand that we cannot understand. That is what is Achintya Bheda Ved Tattva is so complicated that we should understand that we don't understand. This is what our teachers have explained. The example given in this regard, Vasu Kalavad Asti Tarvo, is very easy to understand. Everything exists in time, yet there are different phases of time factor. Present, past, and future. That's what I told you, that when into Mahatattva a small seed goes, inside that there are jivas, there is kala, and there is karma, and there's also prakriti. Prakriti means three modes of nature. Everything is there. But these three modes of nature are in a sleeping state. But with the time, all these modes become active. Sattva and rajas become active, and then tamas also, like that. So they become active with time factor. Present, past, future are one. Every day we can experience the time factor as morning, noon, evening. And all the morning is different from noon, which is different from evening. All of them are taken together as one. It's all considered as time. Morning is also morning time, evening time, noon time, like that. It's all considered as time, but they're different, like that. The time factor is the energy of Supreme Personality of Godhead, but the Lord is separate from time factor. So it is the energy of the Lord. And in fifth canto, we have learned that time factor also has to listen to Mahavishnu, who is Sankarshana. In Sankarshana's planet, Sankarshana is controlling, and everybody listens to Sankarshana's order. But when Dhruva Maharaj went and told, I want a position bigger than Brahma, then the Lord said, but it is an impossible request, because Brahma has got the biggest planet in this material creation, and nothing is bigger than Brahma's planet except my own planet. Therefore, Lord Vishnu says, I will give you my planet. Yeah, because you've asked for something bigger. He says, no, no, I don't want anything. I just want to go back to God. No, no, because you had a desire. Now I will give you, and you have to rule 35,000 years or 36,000 years, something like that. 30 plus thousand years he was asked to rule, which Dhruva was no more wanting. But he said, no, because you had a desire, now you rule. I want you that you rule, like that. Then you come to, you'll be given the best place, that is my own abode. So Lord Sankarshana, who is one of the expansions, the four Chaturvyuha expansions are there. In that one, four Chaturvyuha expansions are coming from Balaram. See, from Krishna comes Balaram. From Balaram comes the Chaturvyuha expansions: Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Aniruddha, and Pradyumna. So this Sankarshana again multiplies into four. Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Aniruddha, Pradyumna. From Sankarshana comes Mahavishnu. If I am not wrong, from my memory, I'm telling. Or it's approximately something like that. From Sankarshana, Mahavishnu comes. And then, from Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu comes. From Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, our Kshirodakshaya Vishnu comes. Now, when Prahlada is praying in this material world, as far as I have understood, that the third Vishnu, who is an expansion of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu comes. And then, actually, he is offering the planet of Lord Sankarshana to Dhruva Maharaj, and that is called as Dhruvaloka. So Sankarshana's duty it was to control the sun and to control the time. So now, since that abode is given as a gift to Dhruva Maharaj, Now, Dhruva Maharaj is the actual controller of time also. Time also has to listen to Dhruva Maharaj's orders. So that means time is an external energy of Krishna, actually, So that's why it is told that time is different from the time factor is energy of Supreme Personality of Godhead, but the Lord is separate from the time factor. So everything, so that time is obedient to Dhruva Maharaj. So everything is created, maintained, and annihilated by time. But the Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of God has no beginning and no end. He is Nitya Sarva Shashwataha, eternal, permanent. Everything passes through time's phases of present, past, and future. Everything passes through time's phases as present, past, and future. Yet the Lord is always the same. Thus, there is undoubtedly a difference between Lord and the cosmic manifestation. So you see, Lord keeps he is stable. He does not change, but time changes everything here in the material world. So there's a difference. Huh? So in this material nature, everything is changing. Suppose if material nature only is Vishnu, then material nature keeps changing, but Vishnu does not change. So that way you can understand that how material nature is different from Vishnu. But material nature has come from Vishnu's body as external energy. It has come. Therefore, it is same. Thus, there is undoubtedly a difference between Lord and the cosmic manifestation. But actually, they are not different. Not different because it's coming from Vishnu, it's not different. It's like saying mother and child, they're not different. One is chip of the other block, something old block, chip of the old block, something there's a saying like that, an idiom like that. So, it's like saying, oh, they are one and the same. My God, that husband and wife, they're both one only, one kind, like that. Like that. We say one. Though they're different, husband and wife are different, but we say, oh, they're both one only. My God. Sometimes I've heard some people telling like that. So thus there is undoubtedly, but they're different, two different people, like that. There's undoubtedly a difference between Lord and cosmic manifestation, but actually they're not different. So it's like husband and wife, they're different, but they're not different because they're a team. They have same thinking, they have same understanding, they have same lifestyle. So they appear to be same, but it is different. This is a very crude example. I'm just trying to explain from my level of understanding. So thus there is undoubtedly a difference between Lord and the cosmic manifestation, but actually they're not different. Accepting them to be different is called avidya or ignorance. If you think that the external energy of the Lord is different from the Lord, then that is ignorance. But then they are same yet different, because external energy, as you said, that material nature is keeping on changing with time. But Krishna does not change. He is always the same. So true oneness, however, is not equivalent to the conception of Mayavadis. The true understanding is that differences are manifested by the energy of the Supreme Lord. The seed is manifested as a tree, which displays varieties in its trunk, branches, leaves, flowers, fruits. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, see now the seed is there. Is the seed same as the tree? Now from the seed only comes the tree. And in the tree there are seeds also. There are branches also. Branches are different from the seeds. Flowers are different from the seeds. Trunk is different from the seeds. But from the seed only tree has come. So tree is part of that seed. But at the same time, now in the tree, there are so many other seeds. So those seeds are different from the seed from which the tree came. So if you can understand something like that, the true understanding is that differences are manifested by the energy of Supreme Personality of Godhead. The seed is manifested as a tree, which displays varieties in its trunk, branches, leaves, flowers, fruits. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has therefore sung, Keshava Tuya Jagata Vichitra, means my dear Lord, your creation is full of varieties. The varieties are one and at the same time different. This is the philosophy of Achintya Beda Beda Tattva. The conclusion given in Brahma Samhita is Krishna, known as Govinda, is the supreme controller. He is eternal, blissful, spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, for he is the prime cause of all causes. The prime cause of all causes. Krishna is the prime cause of all causes, means he is the cause of Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu is the cause of creation, annihilation, and destruction. So, Krishna is the cause of Mahavishnu, and Mahavishnu is the cause of annihilation, maintenance, destruction. So, Krishna is the cause of annihilation, maintenance, destruction, because Krishna is the cause of Mahavishnu. So, therefore, Krishna is the cause of all causes. Then, because the Lord is the supreme cause, everything is one with him. But when we consider varieties, we find that one thing is different from another. So though Lord is supreme cause, but the varieties are different. Like the material nature, you have three gunas and you have so many things which are different. We may conclude therefore that there is no difference between one thing and another. Yet in varieties there are differences. If you see, all of us are souls. Souls means that we are similar. We are part and parcel of Krishna, but we have our three modes of nature impacting on our conscious, on our mind. So we are behaving differently. Some crude example, which I can think of. We may conclude, therefore, that there's no difference between one thing and another. So we are all different because we are all behaving differently. We are all different souls with different attitudes, with different tastes. But as soul, we are similar. Vidya vinay sampanne brahmane gavi hasiri shunicheva shupakicha pandita samadarshina. An intelligent person, a wise person who has understood the Vedas, he will not distinguish between all of us. He will see all of us as same, as souls. But our bodies are different, and he will not value the body of an elephant or the body of a dog to be separate. He will say dog also is the soul and elephant also is the soul. A Shudra is also a soul and Brahmana also is a soul. The coverings are different. That does not make them different. Like that, he will see. But in actuality, we are all different souls and we all have different tastes to serve the Lord. We all serve the Lord in different ways. So if you see that way, we are different also. We separated parts and parcels of Krishna. We are not Krishna. We are separated parts of Krishna, separated part and parcel of Krishna. So both trees are the same, but they look different because of the. So now, in this regard, Madhacharya gives an example concerning a tree and a tree in fire. Both trees are the same. There's one tree and there's one tree which has caught fire. Now both trees are same, but they look different because of time factor. Because little time ago, one tree caught fire. So because of the difference, they look different, but they're both same in that way. The time factor is under the control of Supreme Lord. I told you that now it's under the control of Dhruva Maharaj. It was under the control of Vishnu, but since Dhruva Maharaj got Lord Vishnu's abode, now it's under the control of Dhruva Maharaj, because he has given that much power because he wanted to be bigger than Brahma. So, but let us consider that time factor is generally under the control of Supreme Lord. And therefore, the Supreme Lord is different from time because Lord is controlling time is different from time. Lord is not time, it is Lord's energy, that is time. An advanced devotee consequently does not distinguish between happiness and distress. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, when a devotee is in a condition of so called distress, he considers it as a gift or a blessing from Supreme Personality of Godhead. When a devotee is always thus situated in Krishna consciousness in any condition of life, he is described as Mukti Pade Sa Daya Bhak, a perfect candidate for returning home back to Godhead. So this is a particular very important shloka. Tattenu Kampam Samikshamanam means that particular verse says that if we can accept when a devotee is in a condition of so-called distress, if he considers it as Krishna's mercy and accepts it very gracefully and still continues to remain in Krishna consciousness, then such a devotee is a perfect candidate for returning home, says that shloka. So it says, when a devotee is in a condition of so-called distress, when he considers it as a gift, the distress as a gift or blessing from Supreme Lord, then when a devotee is always thus situated in Krishna consciousness in any condition of life, he is described as Mukti Pade Sadaya Bhak, means a perfect candidate for returning home back to God. The word Daya Bhak means inheritance. A son inherits the property of his father. Similarly, when a devotee is fully Krishna conscious, undisturbed by dualities, he is sure that he'll return home back to God just as one inherits his father's property. So here, Prabhupada is explaining who who in this material world we saw as everything is coming from the Lord. It's in one sense different from the Lord, in one sense not different from the Lord. Now in this material world, now we souls are there. We are also part and parcel of the Lord. Okay. So now how we can go back to that Lord is by accepting everything that comes as, again, in our life also we should see it as the problems as not different from the Lord. The problem is come because by Krishna's sanction it has come. So therefore it is as good as Krishna for me. It's as good as sweet Krishna coming in my life. The problem is as good as sweet Krishna coming in my life to remind me of sweet Krishna and to help me as sweet Krishna. When problem comes, we remember the Lord, and when problem comes and we remember the Lord, Lord personally comes and he removes the problem for us. So this problem coming is nothing but the Lord coming in our life. If we can see the problem also that way, like Achinte Veda Tattva means problem is different. Problem is a problem, but problem for us is Krishna. For a devotee, it is Krishna's hand. It is Krishna's hand in our life. It's Krishna's mercy. It is Krishna's mercy is same as Krishna himself. If we can see it in that perspective, then we become the right candidate to go back to Godhead. So this is what I could understand from this verse. And if I am wrong, if Partha Prabhu is there, he'll give more explanations. I don't see him here, I think, today. But yes, yes, if you have any doubts or any comments, you can ask me. There are 9 more minutes because it was a little difficult topic. I don't want to move to any other topic. This topic, if you have any doubts, please ask me. Sorry, I do not want to cover more because we don't have that much time also. But this topic is worth dwelling. And in case you want more details, I have my book here. First and second canto book is there. I will give more exact details. So that I can help you in a better way. I'll still get it. You can, in the meantime, ask me any questions when somebody is getting ready for question. I'll just get my book so that I can help you in a better way. I got my Subodhini and it has got a very nice explanation of this process of creation and all those 4 shlokas. Yes. So it is talking here about Mahavishnu, how from his Swamsha. I wish I could rotate this camera for you, maybe if it's possible. Let me just check 1 minute. How do I rotate? Switch camera. See now. See, you can see, this is what I have made so much of learning, so much of writing. So how the Srishti happens? No, that's the topic. It comes in second canto, 21st verse to 35th verse in the chapter number, I think 5th chapter. I think it is 5th chapter. It's 5th chapter. So what it talks is, see how from Mahavishnu, Lord Swamsha, his glance impregnates jivas into material nature. It's written here. And see if, what all comes out of Mahavishnu's body is kala, time, karma, and swabhav. Swabhav is material nature. Actually impregnates jivas. Means jivas also are coming. So kala, jivas, karma, and swabhav. Swabhav is material nature. I said material nature. Material nature means here swabhava. So that metal nature, see here, it's highlighted here. And what it has 3 modes that are inactive. It's in sleeping state. I told you that. And in undifferentiated, unmixed state, means they're all in pure state. Sattvas, rajas, tamas, pure state. But then what happens? That's like a small bubble. From Mahavishnu, it came like a small seeds, like a small bubble. So Mahavishnu influences material nature with 3 things. So what are 3 things? Kala, karma, and swabhava. And then what happens? Then with Kala, everything transfers, everything changes, the material nature. Now 3 modes are inactive, but with Kala, they also become active. So jivas are entering into pradhana. That small seed is called as pradhana. Okay, I forgot that name. I was saying small seed is pradhana with karma and subhava. Okay, so 3 modes are inactive, and then Mahatattva. We have our Mahatattva. Okay, so in the Mahatattva, then what happens? Mahatattva has Sattva predominance and Rajas predominance. And then what happens? Here, Mahatattva has 2 aspects. Mahatattva predominated by Sattva and Mahatattva predominated by Rajas. That only I told. Mahatattva predominated by Sattva and Mahatattva predominated by Rajas. And then what happens? And Mahatattva, when in Mahatattva, tamas becomes predominant, then what happens? It is called as ahankara. So this ahankara, when tamas in Mahatattva, tamas becomes dominant, then we get ahankara. So now from that ahankara, we get sattva-guna, rajoguna, tamoguna. So if from ahankara, if we have got goodness and then we have got passion, then that goodness itself is having little mixture of ahankara. Means our sattva-guna is having a mix of ahankara. Our rajoguna is having a mix of ahankara. Our tamoguna is having a mix of ahankara. That is why our sattva guna is not considered as pure. That's why our sattva guna is not considered as pure. So that is why we say we should directly get in touch with holy name and we get into Shuddha Sattva, Then otherwise we are not in Shuddha Sattva because Sattva is not Shuddha because it's having little mix of ahankar. So like that the details are there. But this is second canto. I just thought of just sharing a little bit, and then you see there are ninth chapter, I think, ninth chapter around 33rd verse or something. Let me go there. And there you will see this particular thing that ninth chapter. See, Lord speaks Chatushloki Bhagavatam. So he says, 31st verse, I will speak to you about most secret knowledge of my form, realization of that form, Prema Bhakti and Sadhana Bhakti. Also, I will say about the details about my form, intentions, qualities, and pastimes. 32nd verse, he says. Now, the Chatushloki Bhagavatam starts with 33rd verse. I said that, 33rd verse. Or about Lord's material and spiritual forms. That is explained in the 33rd verse. That's the first verse of Chatushloki. First verse of Chatushloki Bhagavatam. Chatushloki. CS means Chatushloki. CS1 means the first verse. CS2 is second verse. CS3 is third verse. CS4 is fourth verse. So first verse is 33rd verse. And what it says, Lord alone existed. See, this one I told you. Previous to creation as Lord of the spiritual world. Then, after creation, as the material universe, as a super soul, so the Lord enters into it now, as Garbhodaksha Vishnu, he becomes Paramatma of the universe. So, after creation, as the material universe, so even the material universe also is the Lord, and as a super soul, he enters, that is also the Lord. And in his various avatars also, he manifests in the creation. Then, after annihilation, as the Lord of Vaikuntha, again, he is the Lord of Vaikuntha after annihilation. So this was the first verse which I explained, and I didn't explain to you the second verse of Chatushloki Bhagavatam, and that says all about Lord's Maya. Whatever appears to be of any value, if it is without relation to me, it has no reality. And it is my illusory energy. That only, that is why Prabhupada said here that when a devotee is in the condition of so-called distress, he considers it as a gift or blessing from Supreme Lord. So you see, if we consider the distress as a part of Krishna, it as Krishna only, or Krishna's mercy is same as Krishna. If we consider, that means we are connecting it with the Lord. See, that means we are connecting anything, you should connect it with the Lord. Our distress also, you should see it as Krishna given distress out of love for my benefit, for my purification, for my upliftment, for me to go back to him because he loves me. So distress is Krishna's love, so that I will never be in distress. He is giving me little distress so that never will I be in distress of separation from Krishna in future when I leave this body. And while I'm living in this body also, Krishna wants me to be with him. That is why he has given me distress. So when we see the distress also in connection with Lord, then that is of value. But if we do not connect it, the distress with the Lord, then that is nothing but Krishna's illusory energy. So that is why this particular explanation, I understand, Prabhupada has given. Otherwise, all of a sudden, after talking about all about creation, there was no need to talk about this. So this is being spoken to explain to us that everything a good devotee sees in connection with the Lord, and he does not get upset at all, and he sees it as all love of Krishna, and that is Krishna consciousness. So when a devotee is always thus situated in Krishna consciousness in any condition of life, he is described as Mukti Padesa Dayabhak, means a perfect. So when you see life in that sense, then we become perfect candidate for returning home back to Godhead. Okay, so that was second verse of Chatushloki Bhagavatam. It said that all about Lord's Maya, means whatever appears to be of any value. Now, the even material creation also is Maya. If you see material creation, everything, this building that you can see here in my house, this building, these walls, this table, this specs box, everything is created from this material nature. So it's all coming from Maya. But if you see Maya as separate, if you say, oh, this is not Krishna, oh, these pens are not Krishna, oh, that wall is not Krishna. So if you see things like that, then we will live in Maya. If you see it as separate, then it is Maya. But if you say everything has come from material nature came from Krishna, then that is not illusion. So he's saying that do not be in illusion, do not be in Maya by separating everything, but you connect everything. Don't say Maya is Krishna. Maya is not Krishna, but Maya is Krishna's. Connect everything to Krishna. Maya is Krishna's. Okay, so all about Lord's Maya. So whatever appears to be of any value, if it is without relation to me, it has no reality. It is my illusory energy. Rutertam yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta chatmani tad vidyad atmano mayam yatha baso yatha tamaha. Then the third shlok, this is so these two are sambandhavas, talking about the relation of the Lord, means how we are connected to the Lord, means everything is Lord only. Lord only existed. So whatever we see around is our Lord. When we see, okay, so I am with the Lord. I am around me. Everything is the Lord. Lord's energy is also Lord. So I am with the Lord. We feel connection. And any problem that coming in our life, that is also sent by the Lord. That's why that is also the Lord. And the good that comes, that's also mercy of the Lord. That's also the Lord. So when we see like that, we are in both cases, we are seeing sambandha, we are seeing relation with the Lord. Then comes the third verse, which talks about Lord's activities in relation to Maya. So what is that? I myself exist within everything created, and at the same time, I am outside of everything. That only was discussed here today, isn't it, in the verse? That I am within everything created. I told you, as Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, he enters into every universe. And after entering there, Brahma inside the universe, he creates everything needed to create 14 planetary systems inside the universe. And then Brahma gives supply body to all the jivas. And then into the jivas' bodies, every atom, the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu multiplies and enters into every single thing he enters. So what we should see is that Lord's activities in relation to Maya. I myself exist within everything created, and at the same time, I'm outside everything. So the Lord is inside us as Paramatma, inside every atom of our body as Paramatma. And Lord is outside us as Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. Lord is outside Garbhodakashaya Vishnu as Karanodakashaya Vishnu or Mahavishnu. Lord is outside Mahavishnu as Lord Krishna. So this we have to understand. Lord is inside us and Lord is outside us here. Huh? Then the fourth sloka is about bhakti. That is only by practice of bhakti you can overcome lethargy and pride. Fourth verse talks about bhakti. So if you will do practice of bhakti, then you can overcome lethargy, because Brahma had asked, please bless me that even if I create, I should not become lethargic or I should not become proud. So he's saying only by practice of bhakti. Where he talks about bhakti is when he says you have to search for absolute truth directly and indirectly. That is what is explained in the 36th verse. Searching for absolute directly and indirectly means you have to do devotional service, because bhaktya mam abhijanati. So without bhakti, you cannot understand Krishna. So only by practice of bhakti, you can overcome lethargy and pride. So understand bhakti and then you can understand Krishna. So all these things are actually in a very hidden way, in a concealed way, it's explained. So we need to refer to Acharya's commentaries to understand this. And I now rotate the camera. So I tried my best to try to recollect my teachings of my teachers, and I tried my best to explain. And if you have doubts, you're most welcome, because this was not an easy topic. So I spent this time. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. This is Geeta. It's a very, very different and beautiful subject. I had no idea about all this. It's beautiful. Mataji, I wanted to ask you about how does Lord Krishna allocate karma? By the glance, like you said, by his glance through his pose.
Yes, when he glances, everything comes inside. See, from his every hair, some small seed-like thing comes out, and into that seed-like thing, when he glances, as you said, yes, when he glances into that seed-like thing, like a small bubble, all your kala, karma, swabhava, all jivas, everything enters there. Jiva, with Jiva's consciousness, their mind, their type of senses that they're supposed to possess. All details are stored and it all goes into that small bubble, and then later on that bubble becomes big, and with the time everything manifests.
But it is different for everyone. So it cannot, so with one glance, he's able to differentiate with different bodies, different karma.
Yeah. With
Wow.
one glance, like you see, one sun ray comes into your house. You keep the room dark and allow one small hole to come. And you see so many dots in that? So many dots you can see. In just one small ray of light, if so many dots can be there, countless. You've
Right.
seen, na?
Yes, Mataji.
So like that, countless souls and their swabhava, everything goes in his one glance.
Wow. Beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
You should do Bhakti Vaibhava course nicely in detail from Mayapur Institute of Higher Education or from Govardhan Eco Village or from Vrindavan Institute of Higher Education. Then you will get very nice detailed classes. I could just do what a student can do, but what a teacher does is what a teacher does. So if you can hear it from people who are teaching Bhakti Vaibhava courses, then Mataji, you will get a very wonderful, detailed explanation about all these technical stuff. You know why this technical stuff of creation is told? Because you should understand how from Krishna Vishnu has come, how from Vishnu Garbhodaksha Vishnu came, how from Garbhodaksha Vishnu Brahma came, and Brahma reassembled. So he has to see which souls, which senses should be given to him, which body should be given to him, which mindset, which is his karma, what he has done in last birth, that has to be given to him, like that, initially when the souls come, they're not coming with their karma, but it happens every time that when half baked souls will at the end of dissolution, half baked souls will be there who are not qualified to return, so their karma will be there. They go with their karma into the belly of Mahavishnu, and again when he breathes out, they all come out, so they come with their karma, and then a new soul may fall down. He may not come with karma, but he'll be given his senses. Then he does his karma because of the influence of material nature. Material nature will influence and he'll start doing karma. Then he will also go back with karma, and then he'll come back with karma. Till he goes back to Godhead, that we will be keeping going on into the belly of Vishnu, coming out of belly of Vishnu with our karma. Like that it is, Mataji. That's what I have.
Beautiful. So so I'll find out about this course, Mataji. How long is it for?
See, if you're doing it from GEV, you will finish it in 2 years. But if you're doing it from MIHE, Mayapur Institute, they'll do it in more detail for 4 years. Now it's your choice now, which one you want to choose, how much detail you want. I am thinking now I'm doing in 2 years so that I get some bird's eye view. So to whatever extent I have understood, I shared with you. So I get it. And then second round, I want to do it from Mayapur Institute of Higher Education after I complete Bhakti Sarvabhauma course. See, this is first sixth canto is called Bhakti Vaibhava course. The next sixth canto of Bhagavatam is called Bhakti Vedanta. See, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. He got that title because he is all knowledge, like that. So we are learning that. So we also get that title, and then we can go to Bhakti Sarvabhauma course. So we are only getting titles. So to really understand even more, we can keep learning again and again from different sources. And again, we hear from Prabhupada lectures. Again, we hear from other teachers' lectures. So keep hearing, keep reading, keep doing sadhana nicely. Then Bhagavatam reveals itself more and more. For the person who does more sadhana, he gets more understanding. And everybody, now a person is done 1 year sadhana, he got little revelation. Then he does 10 years sadhana, he gets more revelation. Then he does 20 years sadhana, he gets more. So like that, the revelation from Bhagavatam will be more and more. So also that each teachers gets their revelation more and more. So we can keep learning always. And Bhagavatam is something, Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya. We should always do Bhagavatam learning. So therefore, it is worth completing one course from one place, then go to another place, again do the same course. After you do all the courses which they have asked us to do, then we can again start from Bhakti Shastri course where they teach Bhagavad Gita, Ishopanishad, and all that, then again go do Bhakti Vaibhava course. I would love to do that again and again, so that I will get more and more clearer understanding, so that I can share that understanding with everyone, Mataji. So you
Thank
can
you,
choose
Mataji.
now whatever you want.
Yeah, and very important for reminding ourselves what it is. Like you said, distress. I'll put in my room a big thing. Distress is equal to Krishna.
Yes, it's
Distress
Krishna's
is
love.
equal love from
Krishna's
Krishna.
love.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yes,
Nice.
yes.
Thank you,
So nice.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Your thought is even more beautiful for Krishna.
Yes.
He will love it. He will love your slogan on the wall.
Thank you, Mataji.
You're welcome. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All glory to my teachers. Is there anybody who has any comment or question? You can ask. Any doubt, you can ask. I have all my books now ready. I don't have to get up.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for this nectarian wonderful class. And yes, as Gita Mataji said, so distress is equal to Krishna's love. So we need to understand that and go more closer to Krishna. That is for his causeless mercy. Hare Krishna Mataji. Explaining so
Thank you
nicely.
so much. Hare Krishna. It's causeless mercy coming from Srimad Bhagvatam. All glories to Srimad Bhagvatam and its teachers. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any question to ask or comment, or else we will wind up the session.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So I don't think anybody has question.
Yes.
So we can end up the call here. Thank you so much for this wonderful class. And there is a cold over there in India, but take care, Mataji. And yes, so we'll hear you again soon. So Vancha Gapatamesha Pripasindhu Eva Cha Patitanam Pavani Vaishnavyo Namaha. Anant Koti Vaishnavan ki jai, Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Prabhupada ki jai, Granth Rashid Bhagavatam ki jai, Har Grace Amrit Madhuri Mataji ki jai. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so
Happy
much.
Sunday.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare
Hare Krishna.